Drunk driver injures dozens at Mardi Gras. 28 people were hospitalized after a drunk driver plowed into a crowd of Mardi Gras parade spectators. The incident took place in mid-city New Orleans on Saturday night when a massive crowd was watching the Endymion parade. 25-year-old suspect Neilson Rizzuto slammed his gray pickup truck into two vehicles before hitting parade spectators. The pickup truck eventually stopped when it crashed into a dump truck. The driver was quickly apprehended at the scene. Local police later said the suspect had a blood alcohol level nearly 3 times over the legal limit. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Here's some more stories about innocent bystanders getting run over. Car plows into crowd on Las Vegas Strip. At least one person was killed and more than 30 people were injured after a car ran over multiple pedestrians on the famous Las Vegas Strip Sunday night. A crash that took place on the Las Vegas Boulevard near the Planet Hollywood Resort on Sunday night involved a female driver who had a 3-year-old child with her in the vehicle. It's not clear whether the female driver drove her car onto the sidewalk intentionally. However, witnesses said the driver had both hands on the wheel and didn't appear to want to stop the car. Some pedestrians tried to stop the vehicle but weren't able to. The woman then drove away from the scene after hitting more than 30 people. The driver has been arrested and is undergoing various tests, including a blood alcohol test.
Drunk driver slams into crowd at college homecoming parade. 4 people were killed and dozens more injured after a woman, suspected of driving under the influence, crashed into a crowd attending a homecoming parade in Oklahoma. Police say the suspect, Adacia Chambers, had been driving her gray Hyundai Elantra under the influence just before the incident, which happened at around 10:30 a.m. on Saturday. Before careening into a crowd attending Oklahoma State University's homecoming parade in Stillwater, the 25-year-old reportedly barreled through several barriers and hit a parked police motorcycle. Chambers' sedan next plowed into the crowd. The impact reportedly sent victims flying dozens of feet into the air. The crash took the lives of 3 adults and a 2-year-old and injured more than 30. Authorities are investigating the incident as a homicide and say it's too early to determine whether or not the actions of Chambers, who's since been arrested on a DUI charge, were intentional. The identities of the victims, who were given a moment of silence at Oklahoma State University's homecoming game after the decision was made not to cancel it, have yet to be released.
Dutch monster truck accident leaves 2 dead, dozens injured. Dozens of spectators, including children, were hurt Sunday in the Netherlands at an auto show when a monster truck driver lost control of his vehicle and crashed into the crowd. Video from the event shows the monster truck driving around the main exhibition area before attempting to drive over half a dozen cars. After running over the cars, the engine revs hard after the truck's back wheels clear the last car. Then the truck hits the pavement before losing control around a curve, jumping a metal railing, and plowing straight into the crowd. People at the scene say about 40 people were being treated for injuries. 6 people had to be resuscitated, according to eyewitnesses. Earlier reports said 2 adults and a child were killed, but the number was later revised down to 2. However, officials feel that the death toll could rise. The driver has reportedly been arrested.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. SUV plows through crowd of people in China. A man behind the wheel of an SUV that mowed down a crowd of people in China has blamed his slippery sandals. The driver was in his vehicle near a busy pedestrian area when his car rolled up the steps of a store and into a customer who was about to enter the building. The SUV continued onto the street and back up the curb, circling back toward the store and careening into a crowd standing near the parking lot. 6 people were hurt in the accident, but luckily all injuries were minor. The 31-year-old driver, surnamed Zheng, said that his feet slipped on the pedal after starting the engine because he was wearing slippers. Oopsie daisy, #footwear fail.